All right, let's get more reaction to that then. Cosatu Secretary General Solly Phetoe joins us for more on that. Mr. Phetoe, good to have you, and thank you very much for coming on this evening. Why were the promises made on May Day 2023 not fulfilled? What has derailed the process?
Thank you very much, and good evening, and good evening to your viewers. Look, when we made a commitment jointly with the Alliance leadership during the May Day, we went there today to report in terms of the work that we've been doing jointly since May Day until today. And we've reported to workers and the people of the community around Lily Mine that the issue that has been a stumbling block for the reopening of the mine is the issue of the court processes. They've been caught since May till today. As we speak today, the matter is going back to court again on the 23 of January. Every time when the mine, there's a program to reopen the mine, the other party takes the matter to court to oppose. For an example, last time, the last court that was sitting in Johannesburg, in the Johannesburg High Court on the 17th of December. The other group of the partnership, the business person who is think that is part of the potential buyer to the mine or potential investor, has gone to court and opposed the reopening of the mine and says in his papers, says he is representing the community and that there is no agency in this matter. Now you would understand that when there's a court processes, it's very difficult for us to kickstart the reopening. Yeah. That's why today we went to the community, went to court, to the workers to say to them, after May Day, we had number of meetings, we've established a task team. We were here in August, myself and the Secretary General of the ANC. We met with some leadership, we met with some leaders and the task team in terms of the program of reopening them. Unfortunately, as I'm repeating myself, there's a court process since the beginning of the issue of the close of the mine. The business rescue has been appointed. He was appointed, or he has been appointed there to finalize the process and make sure that he hand over the mine or the report to the mine, to the potential investors, so that they can restart and reopen the mine. But there's a stumbling block that is done by the business rescue, including the other two potential investors who want to reopen the mine, because they're in and out in court. And at the end, who's suffering is the community, is the workers. As somebody was saying that we talk about the reopening of the mine after 8 years. It's not true. Cosatu was there since the beginning of this incident that took place since 2016. We've been fighting for this on this matter, for the benefit of the workers, for the benefit of the community. It was Cosatu that was there to fight with the Department of Mineral Resources at the time of the Minister Msebenzi to make sure that family members who are affected, those 3 family members who are trapped underground, must be paid compensation, including those workers who were rescued to be able to be paid compensation. So it's not, we're not starting today. We've been fighting for this matter.
So one of the parties that has been given power of attorney to represent the families is Action SA. And they are saying that's just merely blame shifting. In fact, they've been trying to follow up with the SG since last year on the progress of the case since the promises made on May Day, but not a single response that they've been getting.
Well, I'm not sure how did they communicate with the SG, but I can tell you that myself and the Secretary General of the ANC, we came here more than 2 times in terms of dealing with this matter. How do they communicate with the SG? What relationship they have with the SG? It's something that I can't respond. Maybe you can ask the SG why there was no response, if indeed they've asked that progress. But I mean, we must ask why Action SA has to come in. Why other people came in and use the political parties must not use Lily Mine accident for the political populist in this matter. I'm saying from 2016, Cosatu has been fighting this matter with the alliance partners in Mpumalanga. That is why on the 1st of May 2023, we came here and we made commitment, unaware that there will be court processes for people to fight that the mine should not be reopened. So as I said, some of the people are saying there's no agency in this matter.
Yeah. So you're saying the task team that was appointed then pretty much since May has been sitting idling, doing nothing except, of course, going back and forth in the courts on this particular matter?
Definitely. But the task team it has been established coordinated from the Secretary General's office and my office, is not the task team that is representing the employer, it's the task team that is representing the workers and the community. And that task team has been sabotaged by these court processes.
So where are we in the process then, are you saying right now?
Now, what we said to the people today as the president of Cosatu was addressing the people, we said, we want to give the feedback, and workers and community must give us a mandate, which they did today. Gave us the mandate and said, Cosatu, can you please intervene in two processes? Political intervention, but also legal process that Cosatu has not been part of the legal processes. There's one company that they wanted us to join them when they went to court. We refused that. We don't want to be part of the court. We don't want to be seen as if that was supporting any company. Our responsibility is to support workers and the community. Now that they've given us a mandate today, we will start our own process in terms of making sure that we fight for the reopening of the mine. One of the issues that we said today is that we think that we must call the two business investors, potential investors that are there, but also call the business rescue in one meeting. They must tell us why are they playing with the lives of the people of Lily Mine and the community and the workers. They must tell us. As we do that, we'll also be briefing our legal team to start a process of fighting the case in court on behalf of workers and the community.
So one of the things that they would want to call for, according to Action SA, is the amendment to the business rescue plan, where it incorporates, for example, the digging of a new shaft to be able to retrieve the container. What is Cosatu's position on that?
Well, our position as Cosatu was that whoever is given, any investors who's given an opportunity to reopen the mine, the first thing that he must do is to dig, retrieve the container. The second issue is to employ all the ex-workers who were employed by that mine. So amending the Business Rescue Act and all those things, something else, is a long process. We have been raising this matter with the governing body, that the governing organization, that we need the amendment of the Companies Act in terms of appointing the business rescue, because this business rescue, when they amended, they are not given a time frame that you are given a time. You are appointed here, your time frame to hand over this company is 6 months. They continue for years. For example, this business rescue that is now in the mining, in the Lily mine, is 8 years. Take the business rescue that is in the Optimum and Korenfontein. They are not preparing to hand over the mine to the irrelevant or to the potential investment, because they continue to generate a fund for themselves. So that's why the issue of amending the Business Rescue Plan or the amending the Business Rescue Act, business rescue are appointed through the Companies Act. If we want to amend that, we must first amend the Companies Act. And business rescue are appointed through the Justice Department. They are not appointed through the mining industry or any, they are appointed through the Justice. So we've got to talk to the minister. We have raised this matter at the level of NETLAC. We have raised this matter with the President of the Republic of South Africa. And we think we must take this matter seriously. As we see now, there's a business rescue that has been appointed through the post office. I can guarantee you that it's going to take years before the post office can be handed back to the relevant people to run the post office. Solly
Phetoe, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. The Secretary General of Cosatu there on what they were saying to their workers as they met them a little bit earlier on.